Hi, welcome to another episode of Talk with Confidence. This is where we have inspirational conversations with inspirational people. Today, I have a truly inspirational person in studio with us. His name is Mr. Fred Bohasu. Mr. Fred Bohasu, he's a social entrepreneur and is also a facilitator. Mr. Fred Bohasu, welcome.
Thank you very much, Confidence.
Yeah,
I'm great to be here.
Yeah, man. I was complimenting you on your attire. You know, I'm somebody who's, on porn or I love the nice suit and stuff, and I must compliment you, man. You look quite good.
I'm humbled. Otherwise, you're not Chile.
No. Mr. Fred Bohasu, thank you for making time to come here, man.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
I've been following you on social media, and you're a busy man.
I look like I'm busy. We always look like we are busy, but then, yeah, we try.
Yeah. So who is Fred Bohasu?
I'm a business coach. A lot of people now are coaches. Everybody's a coach. Like
Yeah.
Mama next door, you coach her. Yeah. Coaches. So I do a whole lot of coaching. I do facilitation.
Yeah.
I'm a social entrepreneur basically, and I'm a leader. I'm a saver of our people.
Wow.
So in a nutshell, that's who Fred is.
And where did you grow?
I was born a place called, I believe that's where God lives. Sometimes he visits Gauteng.
Yeah.
I was born in Limpopo. There's a place called Bochum.
Bochum.
Yeah, there's a village called Letswata.
Yeah. That's where God lives.
Yeah, that's where God lives. Sometimes on I tell the area yeah. But then I grew up Mamelodi.
Okay.
And a bit of Tembisa as well, but then most of my times I grew up Kumams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you were saying of your entry into the realm of social entrepreneurship was with working with youth.
Yeah.
How did that journey begin?
It started at school at Vlakfontein High in Mamelodi. You see, sometimes like they will choose you as a leader. Then I was fortunate enough to be chosen as a president of the school.
Oh wow, Mr. President!
Yes, sir. So now, Banzama was Gila. Then they said, no, like we want you to lead us, comrade. We want you to lead us. Maybe you can lead us to the promised land.
Yeah.
Then I said, no, hey, comrade is fine. I will lead you to the promised land.
Yeah.
And that's when I was kind of like exposed to a lot of youth issues because of now my fellow peoples, they will come to me with a whole lot of challenges. Rally challenge of this and that. Then now I kind of like had to try to solve those challenges, and I was also part of another youth organization called Youth Development Forum. Then I was exposed to a whole lot of youth programs now. Then I went on to Tshwane Youth Desk. Now we're in charge of programs at Tshwane. Then later when I started the non-profit, my non-profit organization, then after a couple of years now, because now I was passionate about human development now. But then particularly with young people. Then the challenge was that the non-profit was taking out money. It was not bringing money. And I'm the firstborn of 5. I was a breadwinner, and my mom actually just recently passed away. This is around late 2005. Then to early 2006, I realized that I love doing this thing, but now it's not bringing money. Then sometimes maybe I will go and do some talks or maybe a workshop somewhere, and they will give me a brown envelope, but not the other one that people think about, the proper one in front of the people. So now they'll give me a brown envelope. As a thank you, a token of appreciation. Then I would say, hey, there is money in this thing.
If I dig deeper.
Then maybe, no. Then I said, no, how about if I start taking out the talks and the workshop, then I register a business, then I do this as a business so that it will feed me and my family. And just to bring bread on the table. So that's how actually the business was born. My business was born out of the non-profit.
Wow.
Then later on, the business started funding and sustaining the non-profit, which even today.
I mean, a lot of people work it the other way around, where it worked out the other way.
So it shows that this is exactly what I was born to do.
Wonderful, man. So it grew out of a passion.
Yeah.
When you say a lot of young people who come to you with different issues, can you just go into what some of those issues were?
Like young people just say, I don't have, and nobody is listening to me, especially at home. Then they will say, I want to be in sports. I will have to play football. And I think that I can grow my career out of football. But now my parents say, no, I need to go and be a lawyer. So now, I mean, Fred, how do I juggle these things around? How do I go through this? Then others, it will be like challenges that will actually disturb one's really mind, where especially lady friends, they will come to me like, okay, this one has been raped and so forth, you know, like some will be really deep stuff. Then they were different.
What do you believe made you an attractive candidate for people coming to you with with such problems, or people saying we want you to lead us in this particular sphere? What qualities do you have that made you such an attractive candidate for such things?
I honestly believe it's humbleness. Because now when you're humble, even when the next person comes to you with their challenges, number one, you don't pretend or behave like you know it all, and you don't have that judgmentality. You know, like you just want to listen. So I believe that it's what attracted these young people to me. Some even old people. It's humbleness. You know, it's that Ubuntu thingy. That okay, at least if we can tell Fred. I mean, Fred is not gonna run around with all these things that we told him and be judging us and so forth. I honestly believe that it's humbleness, and not only humbleness, also the track record. You see, people wanna associate themselves with track record. Just before the interview, I was talking to my colleague, and then I was showing him some of the messages that I receive constantly. This lady, she asked me that she want to be one of the best leaders in our generation. Then I say to my colleague that she should not say that I want to be the best leader in our generation. Maybe she should say, I want to save our people. I just want to give. Not that, because now once you say I want to be one of the best well-known leaders, now maybe go be an actor. Then you will be famous. But now, I mean, if we're talking about leadership, it's about saving. You should not want to be famous and want to be well-known. I mean...
People have a wrong interpretation of what true leadership is.
That's true.
And a lot of people are seeking fame, but they're not seeking to make a difference. You know, with our young people, I mean, with the advent of social media and so forth, that's something that you know has been on the rise. A lot of people want to be seen wearing the right bling, the right watch. They want to be in the right places, drinking the right drinks. What would you say to those young people, the generation of selfies, you know, the generation of, you know, spending 4,000 rand at a nightclub? What is your message for that generation?
You know, I always tell people that, especially the young ones, that, you know, many, not all of them, but then a certain section of them, they want money fast. And after getting that money fast, they lose it fast. They drive fast cars. They get fat fast. They die fast. After dying fast, people forget them fast. It's like the Fast and the Furious. So now that's one of the challenges that we facing. And the things that about young people that they need to realize is that we might have it all. You know, we might be wearing all these suits, but then when our time has come, we're going to leave it all behind. The unfortunate part, we're not going to take it with us.
And what would be left?
That's a thing. Because now, I mean, a lot of them, they die today in a couple of weeks. We completely forget about them. It's like, they don't even have a trace. It's like, okay, Kana Konje, who was that one? Like, they don't even have a trace. I mean, at least they have because now everything is just www. Have some nice videos and whatever on YouTube and let the people remember you. Put stuff in a CD. Put stuff on books. Let people eat out of you even when you're no longer there. I mean, how great it is that we've got a whole lot of great people like your Mama Albertina Sisulu and all other great people. They still speaking today even when they are no longer there. They still talk. Even now.
You're reminding me of Miles Monroe, when he used to talk about, the greatest, so the wealthiest place in the world
Yeah.
is the graveyard, because people die with their songs, their books, their gifts, their talents, everything there.
That's true.
And a lot of young people are not seeing the importance of actually living a legacy, living beyond the now. And another thing is, as Africans as well, documenting our stories, how documenting our stories, our successes, how important do you believe that is?
The thing is that, because now we've taken a lot of negative things from the Western world and we've put it into our culture now. Now it's kind of like distorting the whole thingy. Because now we think that material wealth, it's the real wealth. It's like now a lot of young people today, they're running businesses to maintain a lifestyle, not to leave a legacy.
Wow.
That's a problem. That's why as soon as the person dies or they're no longer there, the business, it's gone. I've got a Chinese friend of mine. He once said to me, because now I wanted to understand how are the Chinese making it. I said, like you guys as Chinese, I will take you to Ulisikisiki, down right in the dusty Lusikisiki.
Yeah.
You guys will make it out. You will make it no matter what. I will take you to Bohom, in that rural village. Still you will make it. How do you make it? Then he said to me, he told me one story that I'll never forget. He said, Fred, actually I don't have to work. Currently right now there is no need of me making money. I said, what do you mean? He said, because my dad has left enough money to sustain me for all my life. Wow. I said, okay, that's amazing. But now then, why this shop? Why are you working? I said, because I'm doing it for my kids. Wow. I've got 2 sons, I'm doing for them. So meaning that when they kids, they done with school, they don't really need to go to work. So now they will be doing it for their kids. And like, wow, that's exactly how we should do it as Africans. And actually, our people, they used to do it like that. If actually we can really go back. They actually used to do it like that. I mean, one will have enough cows, then they will make sure that we take care of these cows, not just for me, but now for my kids.
It was a form of a will.
It was a form of a will.
But that's beautiful. I love what you're saying, Fred, because we have to think generationally.
There you go.
Beyond my generation, what will my kids be having and what will my kids' kids be having? Yep. And then you said there's a lot of things, negative things that we've taken from the West, like the materialism, the opulence and all of that. But there are things that in our own culture, you spoke of Ubuntu, which has become a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's such a powerful thing. What do you believe are some of the virtues and some of the beliefs that need to be instilled in young people today? Even from a point of thinking, post our generation, generational thinking, passing on the wealth, passing on the wisdom and all of that. What are some of your thoughts on them?
We have to stop being selfish, because now it's like we no longer think, I mean, whatever that young people are doing today, not only young people, but then our people, our skin, it's they whatever that they do, I just want to be successful alone. Now, if we can stop thinking like that, be like the Jews. Like, I mean, the Jews, what they will do is that they kind of like support each other. It's like, okay, if I don't have it, but then I'll make sure that I will call confidence, because of maybe confidence might have it. But now, I mean, with us, if somebody comes to buy something at my place, and if it's not there, while I know that you do have it, I'm not going to refer that person to you, because I'm afraid that no, I mean 164,000 rand. Oh, then I mean the next thing, I'm driving a Kia, you'll be driving a Mercedes. No. You see, like that mentality, if we can start moving away from that mentality and start referring each other to each other, because that's all we need. Referring each other to each other. Then that's how we start growing.
We need to know that it's got power. It's a chapter in the book somewhere.
Put that in the book. It's fine. I will give me 2%. I don't mind.
All right, Fred. In terms of moving away from the youth initiatives, going into corporate.
Yeah.
What was that transition?
this is when, because like I started doing like your school camps, your leadership programs, and so forth. Now, as we grow, then that's when I started seeing, or I started getting some inquiries from different corporates. Then we started doing your team buildings, which is actually what I do most of the times.
Okay.
I will regard myself as one of the gurus in team building in this country.
Yeah.
You can put me against any person in this country, I'll beat them. I promise you. When it comes to team building, like that's our thing, you know. That's the thing.
Awesome.
So we do a lot of team buildings with corporates. I mean, we kind of like try to make sure that they work as a unit and inspire them. Then we do like your time management and a whole lot of other things. So basically, a company will just come to us and say, okay, here are the challenges, and can you sort them out? I mean, sometimes they will tell us, company once said, we want you to do, I won't mention what they wanted me to do, otherwise maybe the company will know that, okay, that's us. So these guys, they wanted me to do a certain workshop for their staff. I've never done that workshop before. I've seen it being done, but I've never done it before. Then I said, okay, it's fine, I will do it. I agreed that I will do it. Then I had to go learn later, while everything's confirmed, the invoices and what was sent. Then I went there to do that workshop. Yeah, I hoid it. I hoid it like I've been doing for 10 years. And now I'm doing that now. Now I'm specializing in that. Now I'm doing a lot of research. I do a lot of reading on that. But then I do know that this is what I specialize in, because you can't be a jack of all trade. So sometimes, I mean, if I know that confidence is good in maybe strategic planning, I won't be running then want to do strategic planning. So rather I will weigh confidence and say, okay, my brother, this is how much we'll give you, run with us. That's that thing that I spoke about, that we need to connect each other to each other.
And grow our economy.
Yeah, and that's how we will grow. So yeah, we do a lot of work with corporates on that, inspirational talks, workshops, personal development, and so forth.
And how long have you been the pro-profit, I'll call it the pro-profit aspect of your entrepreneurship journey working? So how long have you been doing it, especially working with the corporates on the level that you're working with?
Because I thought maybe like the entrepreneurial journey, it started way back in primary. But the corporate, I would say around 2000 and let's say 10, 11, that's when now we started going full-fledged on the corporate. But then the entrepreneurship journey,
a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a marathon.
There were these sweets, a pinky sweets, I forgot what they call it. Like, you will find them in a packet. Probably they don't sell it. There you go. Those, that thing, I would buy it at the spaza shop. Then I will go and sell it. I will maybe buy it for like 22 cents or something. Then I will add like 1 more cent or something. Then I will start selling that. Then I used to sell ice blocks.
Yeah, I remember.
10-cent ice blocks. So that's,
and you put it in plastic. You close it, you put it in the fridge.
There you go. So that's where I started. That's where the whole thing started, yeah.
Wonderful, man. And I mean, I get the enthusiasm and your love for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
What would you say to other aspiring entrepreneurs who might be watching?
Honestly speaking, not only aspiring ones, but then to everybody also who also want to be into it, is that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's not everybody who will be an entrepreneur. I mean, I will be lying if I say to them, no, you can do it. I will be lying. I've seen them. That's why the stats are saying that more than 80% of new businesses that start, they fail within 12 months. Then you realize that this thing's not for everybody. Just like pastoring. You can't just, because of now I can speak, I'm going to open my church. No. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. It's a hard industry. It's because now you kind of like, you will have to be an all-in-one. I mean, you will be doing marketing, you will be doing sales, you will be packaging, you will be doing everything, especially when you start. And especially our people, they need to understand that when they start in this journey of entrepreneurship, it's going to be a long journey, you know, and you have to sustain whatever that you've started. It's not going to be easy. You have to sustain it, and you have to be willing to go all the way. Because but then you know, we just want to be crown champions, but then we don't want to take the knocks, you know. So it's not for everybody. But then if you know that it's your thingy, I mean, learn from the best, and also don't be selfish. And remember, you don't run a business to maintain a lifestyle. Otherwise, it's not gonna last forever. It's not gonna last. Yeah, you have to sustain it. You know, I mean, you run a business to leave a legacy. You don't just run spaza shop. Then the next thing after 10 years, it's still a spaza shop. Then when you die, then the spaza shop is done. This spaza shop must one day turn into like our shop right, and you know, compete with all these big chains. You know.
And you have to stop thinking small as well.
You must stop thinking small. Like for as long as the mind can conceive something, I mean, obviously that thing you can surely achieve it.
Yeah. You're talking about the knocks of being an entrepreneur. Can you just tell us some of the knocks that you've had as an entrepreneur and how you rose from it?
Okay, I will mention this one. Probably it's the first time I mention it on TV. Yeah. I lost my wife because of the knocks that I got into business. Business was doing bad. I was doing everything that I can, honestly speaking, to provide for my family. And then because of now, business was not really bringing much. Just only so little that was bringing. But I knew it, where I'm going. I knew where I'm from. I knew what I'm capable of doing. You know, sometimes when you can smell that, I mean, I don't see the ocean, but I can smell it.
It's close.
It's very close, and there is no way that I can stop, even though I don't see it, but then I can smell it. So I knew that I'm almost there. And that's when my wife decided that she will leave. And as much as I respect her, I respect the decision that she took. And that's the biggest knock, you know, that I had, honestly speaking. And so now, I mean, it's such things that would happen. Then right after she left, I mean, the sea that I was smelling, that ocean that I was smelling, boom, all of a sudden I see it. I arrived. Then things just boom went up. I mean, I made more money in a couple of months than I've ever done since I started the business. It's crazy. Sometimes I'll even go like, but then it's like I don't really deserve this. This is too much. Sometimes you will be getting opportunities and gigs, and you go like, hey, but then it looks like this is too much. Why can't this is too much?
It's bigger than you.
Yeah, but now remember, like what I had to go through as well. So
you had paid the price.
You have to pay the price. Sometimes you will lose everything. You will walk, but I know how to, like, you will walk and fridge empty. Sometimes when people say fridge empty, it's like when it's half empty. Like when I'm talking about like empty, like don't even have money for a taxi. Then you're asking some family to say, just give me something so that I will have just data, just buy me data. That's all I need. Remember, not so long ago I said, all I need is just data. I don't have money to go for a taxi to go whatever. I don't even have a car by then. I just need data, because if I've got data, I've got access to internet, that's all I need. Then I will get a client.
Send the emails.
Yep. Then I will get it. Then, yeah.
Oh man, powerful. The highlights so far. You've spoken about the lowlights. The highlights?
Yeah, the highlight. The highlight is when people come to you and they say, man, through your workshop, for the past 4 days that you've been with us running this empowerment workshop, you've changed my life. Even though I know that I did not change their lives. I just created like an environment where now they saw a need to change, then they changed their lives. But I really understand when they say you've changed our lives. Then for me, there's like, wow. It's worth it. Not, I mean, some people said, yeah, but then you managed to buy this big car, cash, and so on. Like, no, but then it's okay. It's a car. It's material things. But then when a human being comes to you and say, my life has changed because of you, that's more than enough. So I've had a couple of people coming to me and said, through your programs, through your talks, we've literally, our lives have changed. So those are actually my highlights.
Powerful. Paint a picture, Fred, of where you and your company will be in 10, 15 years' time.
I want to open a leadership school where we will have young people from all over Africa. where they will be inspired and channeled, so that we can channel their power in order that one day they will lead our continent. You know, I will have a leadership school where we will kind of like talk about everything. You know, I mean, we talk about personal issues, finances, relationship-wise, health-wise. Where we talk about the whole human being, the spiritual aspect of it. That when they're done with the course or whatever, then they will go and be the change makers. So I would really love one day to have something like that. And we would love to also be take our programs to other countries out of our continent as well. So that's we would love to go international. We've been to a couple of African countries, but then we would love to go international. And that's where we're going.
Fred, I can see exactly why you're successful, man.
Not yet there.
Not yet there. You're getting there.
You're getting
What
there.
a success is a journey. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you here, man.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that was Mr. Fred Bohasu, inspirational. I'm inspired. I'm sure you've been inspired. And you've been watching Talk with Confidence right here on Global Conference Television. Etada.